What's good, YouTube? Noctoad here, welcoming you back to our next deck profile on the channel. Now, I've been thinking for days and days and days of what deck I wanted to show you guys, and I finally decided on a deck that is full of wombo combos and different difficult tricks that you can go ahead and do that don't just rely on one basic strategy, and it's a really fun deck. That deck is Quick Draw Synchron. Now, unfortunately for me, this deck did get hit with its consistency because Rhoda did go to 1. I tried building it myself, and I just really couldn't figure out how to make it work. Luckily, a friend of mine, Steven, he went ahead and built that deck for me. He went ahead and sent me the deck list for it. I was able to test with it, and I made a few slight changes to it just because there were certain cards that he had that I don't have in my possession. So we're going to go ahead and go through that deck now. I'll explain certain cards and why I chose them and why certain cards are amazing. And then on Thursday, we're also going to be going through a combo video for you guys explaining certain cards and how you can combo with them and do those combo wombos that I was talking about. So we're going to go ahead and start off with one of the main cards of the deck. That is Quick Draw Synchron. Now, Quick Draw Synchron is one of the main cards of the deck, obviously, because that's what the deck is named after. You can discard a card to special summon this, so it's an amazing card. You don't waste your normal summon. The only thing I don't like about this is that it requires you to synchro summon a monster that requires a Synchron monster as one of its materials. So you can go into Jet War, you can go into Junk Destroyer, you can go into Junk Archer, but you can't really go into generic synchros like Black Rose or Stardust. You have to go into some of the Synchrons. So that's one of the only downfalls of this card, but at the same time it does move the deck along because you can go ahead and still bring out those monsters and then combo with them. Moving on, we are playing 3 Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron is one of the main monsters of the deck. Should probably be calling this deck the Junk Synchron deck instead of Junk Quick Draw, or the Quick Draw Synchron deck. This card is amazing, and it combos well with some of the other cards in the deck because you can just target one level 2 or lower monster and special summon it from your graveyard. So you can just get lots and lots of level 5 and possibly even higher synchro monsters on the field very quickly. And like I said, we're going to be going ahead and going over a combo video for you guys on Thursday. So stay tuned for that so you can learn all about all the tips and tricks that we have for Junk Synchron. Next up, we're playing 3 Jet Synchron, one of the newest cards in the deck. This card is an amazing one. It's kind of like your Glow Up Bulb. You can go ahead and discard, instead of milling a card, you can go and discard a card to special summon it. It does get banished when you do use this effect, but its other effect is amazing as well, where you can go ahead and if you use this as a synchro summon material, you can add 1 junk monster, your Junk Synchron, to your hand from your deck. So just because Rhoda did go to 1, this is another way to add that consistency of getting Junk Synchron to your hand as quickly as possible. Next up, because we are playing a Synchron deck, we're playing 3 Doppel Warrior. Doppel Warrior is an amazing card because when it's used as a synchro summon material, you can go ahead and special summon 2 Doppel Warrior tokens, which is help you move your deck along. You can go ahead and use those as well, so you can make your TG Hyper Librarian and then start going into your Formula Synchron, just so you can start getting some pluses off the draws. Then we are playing 2 Synchron Explorer. Synchron Explorer is a great card. You can normal summon this and then target 1 Synchron monster in your graveyard, special summon it, so you can grab your Quick Draw Synchron, you can grab your Junk Synchron. It's a great card. A lot of people only play 1, we play 2, because you can go ahead and make Trish by using this card, which, yet again, go ahead and check out the combo video, and you can see exactly how we do it. Moving on, we are playing 2 Level Eaters. Level Eater is a great card. Wish I had supers, but it just helps move the deck along. You can special summon this card as many times as you want in one turn, as long as you're able to lower levels of a monster on the field that's level 5 or higher. So as long as you're able to keep doing that, you can keep special summoning this card. And I actually won a game once because I was about to OTK him, and I needed, I think, 400 to 500 more attack to OTK him. And so I just special summoned this and attacked for game with the Level Eater. So that was pretty great as well. Then we're playing 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is obviously great in this format with Monarchs running rampant, and being able to kill them just by going ahead and negating their Ideas effect, especially summon in Nidos, is a great way to make them cry. It also shuts down Draco Pals if they're summoning their Skullcrab Joker, and it's also a level 1 tuner, so if you really need it for that as well. Then we're playing the 1 Mathematician, so you can go ahead and drop your Glow Up Bulb, your Doppel Warrior, your Level Eater, whatever you really need to enter the grave. All allows you to draw a card as well. We're playing 1 Cobalt Hedgehog. If you control a tuner, you can go and special summon this, so you don't even need to use Junk Synchron's effect. You can go and special summon this by its own. And then we're playing 1 Plague Spreader Zombie and 1 Glow Bulb. 2 cards that I really love because you don't require to normal summon them, you can special summon them from the grave. So those are great cards as well. And you can always hope to mill those off your tunings, which we'll be going on to next in our spells lineup. So first going off for the spells, we're going ahead and playing 3 tuning. Tuning is an amazing card. It helps build the consistency of the deck. Without this card, this deck would probably be deader than a doorknob. The only problem you have to really worry about is milling one card, but you can always hope that you're going to mill that glow up ball or the Plague Spreader zombie to go with your plays. But this card allows you to add either Junk Synchron or your Quick Draw. Usually you're going to be adding your Quick Draw, so you can go ahead and use your 1 Rhoda in the deck and adding your Junk Synchron or your Doppel Warrior, whichever one you're going to need at the time. So even though Rhoda is at 1, we've kind of built upon this deck to add consistency to it. Then we're playing 2 Twin Twister just because Draco Pals are a thing, Pendulums are a thing, as well as Monarchs are a thing, and being able to hit that domain and then being able to go off with your deck is really good for you. If they have that domain up and a Monarch on the field, you can't play. So having some kind of instruction to take out the domain, you definitely have to main it. Next up, we have a few cards special summon for you. We're playing the 1 Soul Charge, the 1 Instant Fusion, and the 1 for 1. These are amazing cards. This is able to get out your Glow Up Ball. It's able to get out your Effect Veiler if you need to use it. It's able to get out your Level Eater. Anything you really need at the time. You can bring out your Norden with this to bring out even more stuff from your graveyard. And Soul Charge in a Synchron deck, because if you don't play it in a Synchron deck, you're kind of dumb. Next up, we are playing 1 Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is there to help you send whatever you need to get into the grave as soon as possible. Sending a Doppel Warrior if you have Junk Synchron in your hand, sending a Glow Up Bulb, sending Plague Spreader Zombie, sending whatever you really need to the grave. It's kind of like a Mathematician, only you don't have to worry about normal summoning it. And then we are playing 2 cards of Destruction just because we need some board wipe in our deck, especially when decks like Draco Pal are around, and they can go ahead and go off turn 1 and end with 5 XYZ on the field, and then like 20 cards in hand. So it's a pretty unfair deck, but these really help with that, as well as with Monarchs, so we're playing 1 Dark Hole and 1 Regeki. These also help with the Monarchs, like I mentioned before, because if they have Domain on the field and a Tribute Summon monster, you can't do anything. But if you're able to take out that Monarch with Regeki or Dark Hole, then you can go ahead and use your plays, because they have to control that Tribute Summon monster for Domain to be active. Moving on to the spells, we're playing 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. This is pretty much for the Pendulums. So if they have Pendulum 5 or Pendulum 3, however any they want a Pendulum, you can go ahead and take out as many of those as you can. Just stops them from overreaching on their turn. We're also playing 2 Reject Reborn. This is an amazing card. I didn't even know about this card until Steven told me about it. If you don't know what this card is, I'll read it to you right now. It says, when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack in the battle phase, then you can special summon 1 Tuner monster and 1 Synchro monster from your graveyard, but their effects are negated. So it's just really good to negate your opponent's attack. So like say they're going to try and OTK you, or they're going to finish you off, then you can special summon monsters from your graveyard, and then hopefully you can build upon that on your turn, and you can do some plays of your own. And then to finish up the main deck, we're playing the 2 Solemn Scolding and the 1 Solemn Warning. These are here. I know it's a lot to pay that much life points, but you're probably not going to be using them all at once during one game. Usually you play 2 Solemn Scolding, that way you have a chance of getting at least one of them, and then Solemn Warning as well, just because it is Solemn Warning. And being able to stop those normal summons or those special summons and hitting them where it hurts, especially when the Pendulum summoning 5 and you're able to stop them in their tracks, really works out well. That is the entire main deck. It is 40 cards. I think it's a pretty solid build as of right now. Like I said, Steven's build was a little different. I just didn't have all the cards he did. So this works for me as of right now. I'm probably going to do some testing with it just to make sure. Moving on to the extra deck, we are playing the 1 Fusion. We're playing the 1 Elder Entity Norden just for that 1 Instant Fusion. And then we're playing 2 level 2s, the Formula Synchrons, because if you're playing this deck, you really need to build upon those draws this can give you, as well as all the plays it can give you as a level 2 Synchron and a Tuner. You're playing the 1 level 3, the Mr. Bird Colossus, great card. This is just in here so we have a couple lower level monsters, as well as it also has a pretty good effect. We have a couple level 5s here with the 1 TG Hyper Librarian. Amazing card, allows you to combo with all your draws. The Excel Synchron, this is the card that gets you out Trish, but just stay tuned for the combo video to learn exactly how to do that. The Jet Warrior, and then the Armatis for our level 5s. One thing I really wanted to focus on this deck, like I mentioned before, Quick Draw Synchron, his effect says he can only bring out Synchro Summon monsters that require a Synchron material. So I've been really trying to focus in my extra deck for cards that require that, or not this one, the Jet Warrior, that require that. That way he always is alive and we don't end up having him dead on the field. So moving on, we are playing the 1 level 6, the Drill Warrior. They were playing 1 level 7, Black Rose Dragon, just because they're playing a Synchro deck. Definitely need to be playing Black Rose Dragon. Yet again, more board wipe for you if you really need it. And then we're playing 2 level 8s. We're playing 1 Road Warrior, great card. You can either use this, you can either Synchro summon into this, or you can go ahead and wait until you get out your Stardust Warrior, and then once it gets destroyed, you can bring this out. But it just helps bring out more plays for you. They're also playing 1 Stardust Dragon. This card is mainly here just as a level 8, so you continue with your plays. It is good because it can stop destruction, but I really don't see it as using that effect. It's more just there as a level 8, so you can go ahead and continue on with your plays. Then we're playing 1 level 9 with Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Amazing card, and you can usually get this out at least once per game. I'll be going ahead and talking about this in the combo video, explaining exactly how to do this every single game and when to do it at the appropriate time. And then we're playing the 1 level 10 Stardust Warrior, as I mentioned before. Requires 2 Synchro monsters, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, obviously. And it's just a great card. It stops all your opponent's special summoning if you really want to, and it just keeps coming back. And then we're also playing the 1 shooting Quasar Dragon. If they're able to get rid of this card, just shake their hand and say GG. It's all over from there. But usually if you're able to get this out, it can attack multiple times per turn, and you can negate anything once per turn. So if you're able to get this out, negate their Mirror Force, negate whatever you really need to, their Torrential, their Bottomless. And you should pretty much have game from there. I'm not really sure if there's if there's ever been times where I've gotten this out and not won the match. A lot of people have said to play Shooting Star Dragon in here as well, just because if they do get rid of this, you can bring that out. But I've been kind of tough on the space of the extra deck. So yeah, we're just going to go with it like this. So yeah, guys, that is the entire deck, the extra and the main deck. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, or recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, because if we can make this deck even more consistent, why not try and do so? But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it 2 thumbs up, because all your support is greatly appreciated. But like I said before, go ahead and check out our combo video coming out on Thursday. But until next time, guys, this is the Hypnotic Toad signing out for now. Peace out.